Good morning, everyone. Today's a bit of a special day. It's not very early. It's 7:48, and we are behind the Cracker Barrel in Orlando. And we, on this cloudy day where we might get some rain, are planning to do all 4 Disney parks in one day. It is December 2nd, 2025. You can see from looking around the parking lot that there aren't too many people here right now. Actually, it's sprinkling a little bit even as we speak. We spent the night here though, and we are going to go inside and enjoy a nice Cracker Barrel breakfast before we hit the parks. Obviously, as I mentioned from the time, it's already late and we're not getting in a huge hurry with things, but once we get to the parks then we'll get going. But right now it's 7:48. Okay, we've gotten our Cracker Barrel breakfast. It's not very early. I think it's about 8:25, but we're just taking it easy and we're just enjoying ourselves. And then we'll be ready to hit the parks. So it is now 9:27. We are done at the Cracker Barrel, and we are getting ready to head to the first park. You can see that it's raining, and so that's just kind of the way it is. We'll get into the details later, but we don't have a whole lot of choice on when we go. So today it is, and we are headed to Animal Kingdom, and that will be our next stop. Okay, it is 9:47, and we have made it through security at Animal Kingdom, and we are getting ready to enter the official park. And in Animal Kingdom, we're planning on doing 3 rides. We're going to do Everest, we're going to do the Kilimanjaro Safari, and we are going to do Pandora Flight of Passage. Here is the obligatory shot of, I think this is Discovery Island or something like that, and that's the quote, Tree of Life. We have our first view of Everest. Okay, we are getting ready to get on Everest, and as you can probably hopefully see, it is definitely raining, so we're going to get a little bit wet. We are in the front row, that's where we want to be, and so that's what we're doing. Okay, we are now in line for Kilimanjaro Safari. It was a 35-minute wait. It's currently 10:32 a.m. and Everest was fine. It's definitely different whenever it's raining. It was raining pretty good whenever we went through Everest, and getting, you get pelted in the face with raindrops, and you get to moving pretty quick. You don't realize how fast you're actually moving on that ride until you're getting hit by raindrops that are not moving, and you realize that raindrops can get pretty hard whenever you're moving fast. But it was a fun ride though. As we had said before, we rode it in the very front, and now we're waiting for Kili Safari, and I'm guessing that we probably have another 20 to 25 minutes wait here, and it's not raining nearly as bad as it was when we were doing Everest, but it's definitely still raining. And we've done this ride several times when we basically have normal Florida weather, and I asked the guy at the beginning, and he said that the animals should be better today, and so we'll see whether or not that holds true in just a bit. We have now finished the safari. It is 11:18, and we are headed to Pandora Flight of Passage. The animals on the safari were not as good as what we're used to. There were not as many out, and it was a little bit disappointing in that respect, but we did have a really good guide. I think her name was Abby, and she told us a lot of things about the safari that the other guides had not, so that was kind of neat. It's always enjoyable to do that. But we are headed to Flight of Passage, and the wait on that is supposedly 35 minutes. We'll see how that goes. Again, it's 11:18. Okay, it is currently 12:03, and we have done the things that we want to do in Animal Kingdom. So we will head out and go to the next park, which is going to be Hollywood Studios. But we'll see how long it takes us to get going with that progress. Okay, it is now 12:43, and we just made it through security at Hollywood Studios, and we are getting ready to enter the park here. This is the second of the 4 parks, and in here we are going to do Star Wars Rise of the Resistance and the Tower of Terror. Okay, we are looking at a 35-minute wait for Tower of Terror. And it is currently 12:49. Okay, it is now 1:20 and we just finished Tower of Terror. And we actually got a new experience this time that I don't think we've had in at least a long time. So that was kind of neat. We're now headed to Rise of the Resistance. Rise of the Resistance supposedly only has a 25-minute wait right now, but we will do single rider, so hopefully we'll be on even quicker than that. It is neat to be here for the Christmas season. They do a fair amount of theming, so it's kind of neat to see everything. Okay, we just finished Rise of the Resistance. Single rider line was just pretty much walk on. It's a great thing to do if you've never done Rise of the Resistance, or if you have done Rise of the Resistance. Single rider is a great thing to do. I would never want to do that the very first time though. So now we are headed out of the park. We are done in Hollywood Studios. We're done with 2 parks and we will move on to the final 2 parks. The theming is just phenomenal. By the way, it's 1:43, so there's where Rise of the Resistance is. And as you enter the edge of the Star Wars land, this is where it transitions from Star Wars to whatever Gasoline Alley, Radiator Springs, whatever type place this is up here. And so basically back to the Art Deco era of Hollywood Studios. And the Christmas music starts, the Christmas displays start, just everything changes. Okay, we are off Disney property and we are grabbing lunch at a Wendy's. And it is currently 2:06 p.m. It is 2:38 and we are done at Wendy's, and now we are headed to the Magic Kingdom. Okay, it is 3:03 p.m. and we have just made it through security at the Magic Kingdom. And if you noticed from the signs, the Magic Kingdom is closing at 6 p.m. today, and that is because they are having a Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party tonight, and that is a separately ticketed event, and it runs from 7 p.m. until midnight. Yeah, 7 p.m. until midnight. And I don't know what it is. It's 120, 140 bucks, something like that. But we're not going to that, obviously. We're just going to Magic Kingdom as our 3rd stop of the night, or the day. And we're going to take the boat over so that you can see a little bit of what that view is. And while we're on the boat, assuming that it works out right, we'll let you know why we're even doing this whole 4-park in 1 day thing. So we'll catch up with you on the boat. It's 3:08, so correction on how we're getting over there. We were literally walking up to the gate to get onto the boat, and they closed the gate 10 feet in front of us. And once they close the gate, it's closed. So we decided that we could probably turn around and get on the monorail and get over there a lot quicker. So the monorail it is. Okay, so it is 3:21 p.m. and there are a lot of people that are already arriving for the nighttime event. But you can see that Main Street is made up quite pretty for the holidays. And we are at the Magic Kingdom, our 3rd park of the day, for one reason, and that is to ride Tron. So we're going to head to Tron, and last I checked, it had a 30-minute wait, give or take. So that's our destination. So it is 4:16, and we just finished Tron, and we are basically done in Magic Kingdom. And so we will soon be heading to our final park of the day, also known as Epcot. We have made it to Epcot. It is 5:08 p.m. and you can see Epcot over there. That building is Guardians of the Galaxy, and this is our 4th and final park. We chose to end at this park because this is the park that we enjoy the most. And that way we can spend as long as we want to here until it decides to close.
And catch their 9 o'clock show.
Yeah, and catch their 9 o'clock show. And so that's why we are here. And I know that I had promised earlier while on the boat ride to tell you why we're doing this today and everything about that. And we ended up not taking the boat. So I will still tell you that, but I'm going to make you wait a little bit longer until we get to a more opportune point. Okay, it is 5:17 and we have made it through the security checkpoint, and we will soon be entering park number 4, also known as Epcot. It is 5:38 and we are waiting in line for Guardians of the Galaxy. That is a projection screen that they put lots of videos on as you're waiting. This is supposedly a 50-minute wait, and we've been waiting for, I don't know, 5 minutes or so we still got a lot of time to wait. So it is now 6:40. We just got done with Guardians. We heard a new song. It was Conga. So that was nice. That was a song that we had not heard before. So that was a big win. And now we'll probably head to Soarin', but that might change, but that's the plan right now. Soarin' it is. It is currently 6:53, and supposedly this only has a 15-minute wait. So this should be a nice quick ride. Okay, it is now 7:30. We are done with Soarin'. We waited to get the top row in the center section, and so that caused it to be a little bit more than the 15 minutes that we had heard. We actually made it up there pretty quick, so that worked out nicely. But we are now headed to the World Showcase and Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. It is 7:57. 7:57, and we are in the line for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. And you can see that if you're really familiar with this ride, you know that we are actually in the lightning lane. And the reason for that is when we were here a few days ago, a couple weeks ago, this ride broke down on us. This ride broke down on us, so they gave us a pass that we could use at a future date. And so that's what we're doing now. Again, it's 7:57. We are now done with Ratatouille. It is 8:16 p.m. Yeah. This is the view across the lake. It's currently 8:24 p.m. The evening show is actually at 9:30 tonight. Okay, this is the Three Caballeros. It is 8:52 p.m. right now. Basically, no line at all. This is going to be our viewing location for the Symphony of Us. And right there is where they will set all the fireworks off. And this basically, so we're real close to Mexico, basically. Current time is 9:07, so we've got 23 minutes before all these lights turn off and the show starts. It is the next morning. My phone died last night while the fireworks show was going on. That show started at 9:30. By 10:05, we were back at the van, and then we drove down, and we actually spent the night in a Planet Fitness parking lot. And We've put the van more or less in travel mode so that it's safe to go for at least a few hours of driving. And I had said that I wanted to actually talk a little bit about why we did what we did yesterday. And it really ended up being pretty simple. But what we wanted to do, the backstory is that we've had annual passes for Disney. And these annual passes actually expired yesterday. Yesterday was the final day for them, and we wanted to make the final day a little bit special, and so we decided that we wanted to do all 4 parks. We had identified exactly which rides we wanted to do in each park that we enjoyed the most and planned to do that, and so that's what we ended up doing. We obviously took it easy in the morning. We didn't get going real early, but we had an exact list of things that we wanted to do, and because we liked Epcot the best, we wanted to end up there so that we could spend the time doing whatever we wanted to do once we got there. And the timing actually worked out really well. We no longer have annual passes at Disney. We feel like that we've kind of done the Disney thing for now, and so we are passless. We'll see what happens in the future, but that's the reason. And if you like videos like this, and if you want to continue on with our van build, be sure to subscribe, and that way you'll be more likely to see our videos show up in your feed. We would appreciate that. Thank you very much, and we will see you on the next one.